Good evening sa ating lahat at hello sa ating 100 viewers. Mukhang ako lang yata yung nanonood dyan ngayon. Anyway, kasi simula pa lang namin. alam naman natin na ganito tayo nagsisimula. Yan, bumabakil na rin agad, no? So, welcome to this 8th episode of Call Center Success Stories. Hello sa mga nanonood. We are live on YouTube and on Facebook, especially sa ating mga katropa dyan, sa ating call center support group. Okay, magandang gabi sa ating lahat. We have a special guest tonight and every night naman special ang ating mga guests. Pero itong topic na to tonight, it's not only about our special guest but it's also about the history of call center dito sa Pilipinas. Ayan. Kaya kaway-kaway sa mga nagre-revise daw ng history dyan. Pero ito, solid dito pag-uusapan natin. Hindi kailangan ng revisionism. It's all about the nostalgia of going back to where it all started in the beginning ng call center industry. And our guest tonight, grabe guys, saludo ako sa sobrang tagal niya na sa industriyang ito. At syempre, wala namang iba na mas magandang kausapin kundi yung mga matatagal na, yung mga nagsimula na, kumbaga inugat na. Ayun, natatawa na po siya sa backstage. Huwag na nating patagalin. Pag-usapan na natin, ano ba yung pinagkaiba ng call center noon at yung call center ngayon. If you have ideas, guys, kung ano yung pinagkaiba, please don't hesitate to participate in this discussion. Just comment down below. Ano sa tingin nyo yung meron noon na wala na ngayon? At yung meron ngayon na wala noon sa industriya ng call center. At syempre, maraming mga nanonood sa atin dyan, yung mga bago at yung mga gustong pumasok sa call center industry. Ayan. Especially yung mga kasama natin dyan sa call center support group. At syempre, sabi ko kanina, ano ba yan? Pinapatagal pa natin. Papasukin na po natin. One of my good friends, Sir Ivan Jason Lim.
Hello, good evening.
Ayun, magandang copy. Magandang copy. Good evening, brother. So,
brother, good evening.
Communications coach and disc jockey.
That's true. That's true. But
bago natin pag-usapan yung ano.
Let me just correct.
Bago natin pag-usapan yung sa call center. Ano yung brother? Sorry.
Let me just correct one thing out of that, yung disc jockey, no. Nakalimutan ko sabihin sa'yo. Dapat nailagay natin intermediate. Ganon.
May ano pa ba yon? May level pa ba yon?
Hindi pa ako pro. So, hindi pa ako pro.
Pero darating din tayo doon.
Oh, of course. Darating din tayo doon.
Darating din tayo doon. At saka, ang maganda sa trabaho natin dito sa call center, nagagawa mo yung mga hobbies mo eh. Do you agree?
I totally agree. Naalala mo.
Pero kumusta ngayong pandemic?
Mahina. How do I say this? Mahirap. Isa ako sa mga nakaranas ng hirap ng pandemic na to, no? You can't blame anyone. You can't blame, hindi ka pwedeng magturo actually. Kung sino man ang may sala, no? Alam natin yan, naririnig natin sa mga balita yan na ang job rate natin dito sa Pilipinas medyo tumaas. Yung jobless community natin medyo tumaas because of the pandemic.
Yung unemployment, right?
Unemployment rate natin tumaas. Isa tayo.
Pero tumaas ang employment rate ng call center.
Actually, nung end na siya towards the end and the start of 2001. End of 2020 tsaka start of 2001. Tumaas ang
2021.
Rate kasi nga, ang available na pwede talagang mapasukan na malaki ang pera nakikitain is the BPO industry. Right? No doubt about it. Right? Walang walang question dyan, no? But when the pandemic started, I could say that I was part of yung na nawala ng trabaho, and I can't blame anyone. pandemic lang talaga ang pwede nating sisihin.
Wala naman
Diba?
bang iba. Speaking of
Wala naman
pandemic
iba
at
Mm.
at yung transition ng ating industry from working on site to working from home, no? Balikan muna natin yung beginning ng industry na to. And we all know for the fact na this industry has been here since 1998, no? Sobrang tagal na dito, pero lately lang siya lately lang talaga siya nakilala. I think by year 2000 talagang na ito na yung kumbaga ang term na ginagamit natin during that time is the booming industry, no? Alala ko kapag mag-a-apply ka, why do you wanna become a call center agent? Ang laging sagot is because this is a booming industry and I wanna earn a lot of money. Gano'n, di ba? Gano'n na gano'n. Okay. So ganito natin pag-uusapan, no? Part ng natin dito sa call center success stories. Ang madalas na ginagawa natin, we flash photos, no? And then we talk about them. So doon natin sisentro yung usapan natin. But before that, you've started in this industry way back in
2001.
2001. So that was 20 years ago. 2 dekada ka na sa industry na to. Sabi ko nga kanina, inugat na to si Ivan. Di ba? Ayun. Naalala mo pa ba yung mga kabatch mo nung unang-unang sabak mo?
Although wala na akong contact sa kanila, pero I still remember them.
You still remember them? Wala pa kasing Friendster, Facebook. Kahit Friendster nga, wala pa yata nung... meron na. May Friendster na.
Friendster.
Ayun, nice. At dahil dyan, pag-usapan natin, I'm gonna share some photos here and then you tell me what you remember. So it's gonna be walk down the memory lane. So, ilang taong ka na, Paps? Kung sasagutin mo ba o huhulaan ko?
45.
Ayun. So I'm sure matalas ang memory natin.
Talas pa naman.
Sige, ito. Share ko to mga photos and then tell me what you can say about these photos and how it is related dun sa trabaho na.
Sige.
Yes, simulan natin dito. Ayan.
Nako. Oo. Corporate attire. Pero
So,
hindi naman sobrang ganyan yung mga time namin. Siguro tanggalin mo yung sa picture na yan, tanggalin mo yung jacket. Yan. Yan kami.
Okay. So itong pang big boss na to.
Pang big boss na yan. Pang big boss na yan. Ano yan?
Okay.
Naalala mo yung Electrolux man?
Electrolux man. Hindi, ito ba yung mga
Nakaputi. Tapos it's either Electrolux man. Yung mga nagbebenta ng mga yung brand is Electrolux. Mga appliances, toasters, vacuum cleaners.
Mga salesman.
Tapos nagdo-door to door yan.
Hindi ba ito yung mga yung mga nagbebenta ng mga libro dati nung elementary ako? Pasok sila, mga karay-karay silang mga libro. Ito rin.
Yan din. So, pag may ang story dyan kasi in the past, kapag may client na darating, whether it's a new account or an existing account, we are required, like all employees are required to wear corporate attire. For the agents, corporate attire is technically kind of like this, but without the jacket. It's either you wear a tie or you don't wear a tie. Pero long sleeves is a must. Whatever color it is, whether it's plaid or checkered or whatnot, as long as long sleeves and you're not wearing jeans on that day, you're good.
Is that every day, brother?
Except on Fridays. On Fridays.
So on Fridays, you're allowed to wear t-shirt or whatever.
No, not t-shirt even.
Not t-shirt. Not t-shirt even. Okay.
ganito, polo shirt. Tapos
At
pwede ka
least
na
a polo shirt.
mag-jeans. At least polo
Alright.
shirt, tapos pwede ka na mag-jeans.
Grabe, no?
Yung mga panahon dati
Kagalang-galang
yun,
talaga yung ano.
mga panahon dati na.
Kagalang-galang talaga yung ano, trabahong call center agent, no? Siguro, ang tingin sa'yo ng mga katropa mo, paglabas mo, si boss. Diba? Nakainom na si boss. Ganun na ganun, di ba? Nalala ko dati, pag
probably, sige, go.
Pag bumalik ka sa probinsya, di ba? Kasi ang call center nun sa Maynila lang, tama. Tapos pag,
it's
di ba,
only
sa
in
probinsya ka rin, no?
Mm.
Ano yung perception ng mga tao pag alam nilang sa call center ka nagtatrabaho?
There are a couple of things nung nag-start ako sa BPO, no, or sa call center. Alam mo kaagad if you're a regular person working for a regular job but not the call center, alam mo kaagad na sa call center yung tao. It's because like yung mga regular working people that would work probably, let's say 9 to 5 or 8 or 9 to 6 or 8 to 5 or 7 to 4, teachers, whatever. Alam nila na taga call center kasi it's either inside the train or the MRT or inside the bus, tulog yung taong yun. All throughout sa biyahe.
Okay. Yung mga
mga nakaganyan sa jeep, yan. That's number one, no? Number two, on a serious note, alam nila pag taga call center, when it's already rush hour in the evening, yung paggabi na, like 6, 7, or 8, yan. Tapos may makakasabay ka sa jeep or sa bus na fresh BPO yan. That's tapos, yun nga,
bagong ligo, mamasama-sama yung buhok, no?
Mamasapa-sapa yung buhok, oo. Yung di pa dinaanan ng polusyon o hangin, yan. The other thing would be may dala-dala silang 3-binder na folder, yung malalaki na 3-ring binder, yon, 3-ring binder. Not really sure if you could grab something from a picture from YouTube tapos i-post mo ngayon. But yon, obvious na taga call center kapag makikita mo silang may dala-dala na 3-ring binder na ang kapal-kapal ng mapapel sa loob. Because that's the knowledge base that we had before. We have to bring it every single day.
Yung mga mga gano'ng kakapal? Mga 5 inches na kapal na binder, gano'n?
Mga gano'n. Tapos yung ring niya sa loob malalaki, mga gano'n.
Oo. Tapos sasakay ka ng LRT, naka long sleeves ka, dala-dala mo yon.
Yup. Dala-dala yon.
Okay. Kasi ngayon, wala na yun no?
Wala na.
Wala naman ako nakikita nag-uwi nun oo.
Web-based na lahat Diba?
Oo. Correct. Lahat ng information na kailangan mo sa trabaho ngayon, makikita mo na sa internet, sa computer.
Correct.
Okay. There you go. Let me just picture this. So, you come in to work, medyo basa-basa pa yung buhok mo, gabi, rush hour, lahat ng tao haggard na. Tapos ikaw fresh pa. Papasok ka sa trabaho, naka long sleeves ka, and then you're holding a 5 inches or a 5-inch thick binder na nandun lahat ng knowledge base mo. Tapos nakasabit ka sa MRT ng ganyan or LRT or sa bus. Wow. But you rarely see that now, no? And that's how you will identify if the person is working in the BPO industry.
Siguro nowadays, malalaman mo lang siguro na taga BPO nagtatrabaho yung tao. If it's in the morning, yun nga yung una kong sinabi na inaantok-antok, ganon. Yan. You're not judging, but you have this idea na taga-baka call center to, 'di ba? In the evening naman, ito yung mga fresh. Yon. Doon mo malalaman kaagad. Nowadays, doon mo malalaman na BPO to
Kasi ngayon, naka-t-shirt na lang no? Papasok sa trabaho, t-shirt. Minsan, nakikipaglaban pa nga na mag-shorts na lang.
Oo. Na ang
Chinelas.
ano ba, the independence, no? The independence of working clothes nowadays, no? For the BPO industry. Ano na siya hindi naman, I'm not against it. Actually, I'm not against it. I'm actually with it. Kasi it's more of comfortability para sa tao. 'Di ba? Saan ka makakita? I mean, would you on a daily basis wear something like this in the evening, fresh na fresh ka, tapos nakaganito ka? Baka ma-hold up ka pa. 'Di ba?
True.
'Di ba?
Oo. Ang daming cases ng ganyan dati sa mga call center agent. Target ng mga hold-upper yan palagi, di ba?
Or would you ride a cab na nakaganito sa gabi? Di ba?
Or jeep.
Oo,
no?
Jeep nakaganyan ka sa jeep, di ba?
Siyempre hindi, di ba? Siyempre. Yun.
Kaya nga,
so it's okay to wear t-shirts nowadays. Pero wag naman yung chinelas, di ba?
Well, that is something, it has been how do I say this? It has been a debate, no? It's been, alam mo yan, right? Like,
correct.
when we were working in the same BPO in the past, I would do new hire orientation, di ba?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And remember when you joined T-Mobile, remember that you are required to visit the new hires on their NHO day. Remember that, right?
Yeah.
Now, part of the NHO would be dress code.
Yes.
Right? And it has been a debate between especially the millennials, the new people, or the young ones nowadays, na why can't they wear slippers or sandals, right?
Alam kong contention pa nila. Their contention is, my customers won't see me anyway.
Exactly. Yeah. No, normal contest yan, no? The answer that we would give would always be, are you at home or are you in the office? Right? You're a professional, right? So a professional, would you think a professional would wear sandals or slippers? Yun yung rebuttal na pag sinabi mo yun, wasay na sila. However, to help them out as well, kasi nga, di ba, di mo naman masasabi, you can't judge the person, di ba, or any person out there na hindi mo alam, baka may siyang karamdaman sa paa. Right? Kaya siya nagchichinelas. You can't judge it, di ba? So, normally, especially sa NHO, kapag ang discussion is ganyan, dress code, di ba? I would always tell them na ako din naman, especially when it's raining here in the Philippines, like hard rain, di ba? Yung talagang bumubuhos ang ulan. Yung tipong pag lumabas ka, pagbalik mo, basang sisiw ka na. Kahit may payong ka pa. Right?
Yes.
So I would always advise them na ako, pag pumupunta ako ng office and it's raining cats and dogs, going to the office, I would wear my slippers. But before I entered the building, maghahanap muna ako dyan ng kahit na McDonald's man lang or Jollibee man lang, and I would use their comfort room. Tapos doon ako mag-change.
Doon ka magpapalit, diba? Yes.
O doon ako magpapalit. Pagdating ko sa office, naka-shoes na ako, hindi ako naka-chinelas. Diba? Or I could communicate with the admin people of my company saying na may I use yung shower room nila para lang magpalit, 'di ba? There's a lot of ways eh. Dito na pumapasok yung tinatawag na open door policy. And not especially our young ones nowadays, the people who are young in the BPO, they don't really understand, or they could not fully comprehend. No, I'm not saying that they cannot comprehend. All I'm saying is that they don't fully comprehend what open door policy is. No, it could be a lot of ways. It's not, tayo kasi Pilipino, may hiyain tayo eh. Diba?
True.
Diba? So that's what I always tell my trainees, no, whether it's lalo na yung debate na yan, yung about chinelas or
The dress
sandals,
code, yes.
I give them tips. I give them tips. If it's raining really hard or let's say it's not and you're not comfortable, let's say it's not raining, you're not comfortable wearing shoes while going to the office, then wear your slippers. And
Yes, and
before
then
you
just
enter,
change.
change. Yeah. If it's raining, then yes, go ahead, right? And then once you reach the office, if you're tayo, like ikaw, nagmomotor ka, ako, nagmomotor ako, di ba? Hindi natin masabi, pag umulan tayo, hindi tayo pwedeng malate, lalo na sa mga posisyon natin dati. Mahirap malate tayo, di ba?
Hindi pwede.
So, hindi pwede. So, laban tayo, laban sa ulan. Di ba? Halin na basang sisiw. Pero pagdating sa opisina, palit tayo. Palit tayo ng damit, palit tayo ng kung ano yung suot natin papuntang office, 100% yan, top to bottom, palit yan. Di ba?
I think it's a matter
sa plastic.
Right, brother. I think it's a matter of perception management din eh. You don't want them to perceive you as unprofessional, no? Coming in to work wearing slippers and shorts, di ba? So you wanna do something about it. You wanna be accountable of how you want yourself to be perceived. Pagpasok mo sa opisina.
It's your protection na rin as an employee. It's your protection na rin and your responsibility for by supporting the company with its COC or code of conduct. Di ba? Kasi eto nangyari to, friend. Nandun ka pa nun. Kasi naalala ko, I remember nauna ka eh. You left first before I did, right? So I remember you were still there. I think you were still with PayPal at that time. And there was an incident, There was an incident wherein the girl or an employee girl raised a case towards her co-employees to HR because she was being harassed through words.
Okay.
Through words about what she wears.
Okay.
And technically, what she wears is really, well, let's say revealing. Revealing.
So is it appropriate dun sa environment?
It was not appropriate in the environment. Why do I tell you? Because people see you, right? For what you wear, right? And what happened at the end, because I remember I was my best friend at that time, one of my best friend at that time was part of HR, si Piolo. Let's hide him by the name of Piolo. I think you know who he is, right?
Okay.
But Piolo, if you're watching, hello. But because he introduces himself as Piolo, but that's not actually his real name. But anyway, so Piolo handled the case. Piolo handled the case. And if you're HR, of course, you cannot just have both parties in the same room at the first meet. You have to get both sides of the story, right? Accused and the one accusing the people. So, cut the story short. The person who was given a reprimand was not the guys or the three boys that he was accusing, but rather the person who was accusing the three people, and in the basis of inappropriate dress code.
Ayun.
Diba?
So yan, friends, yung mga gustong pumasok sa industry na to, lalong-lalo na yung mga nagsasabi na ang pangit ng image ng mga katrabaho kasi kaliwat kanan yung mga nangyayaring tawag dito, yung mga nangyayari sa team building, mga ganun, di ba? Yung mga act of lasciviousness na pang-abuse, right? Yung mga harassment, yung mga ganyan. So, I think it's how you present yourself din siguro sa trabaho. Alright, so yun.
Ang final advice ko lang sa mga bagong BPO na gusto mag-apply sa BPO when it comes to dress code. when you're hired in the BPO and it's your first day or whatever day it is that it's your working day, no? My advice to you guys is whether men or whatever gender it is, before you leave your house, look at yourself in the mirror first.
Mm.
Ngayon, if you look at yourself in the mirror and feeling mo naman, you're confident about yourself na hindi ka naman babastusin and you could take that. Man, ikaw mismo, kaya mong i-take yung mga ganyan. Hindi mo na lang wala kang pakialam sa mga taong ganon. Then go. Right?
Right.
Pero before you leave the office and you look at yourself in the mirror and you doubt yourself na baka bastusin ka pagdating mo sa office or while going to the office, baka bastusin ka kung sino man dyan, whatever stranger it is, right? Then, might as well change.
Tama yan, brother. Thank you for sharing that. Kasi you cannot control how these people would think. How other people would think. But you can control what's in you, what you're going to wear when you go.
Yes.
Alright. So, yun. Dress code dati. Ayan. Corporate, hindi naman ganito. Long sleeves, parang nagtitinda ng encyclopedia. But now, you can wear shirts or depende siguro din sa company. Okay.
Yes.
And this one, way back in 2000, yan. Y2K bug. Did this affect the industry before? Ano ba nangyari dito?
Actually 1999 kasi 2000 tong Y2K na to yung Y2K virus, right?
Oo.
So 1999, I was still working in a school. Teacher ako sa school noon. 2009, 2020. Tapos 2020, 2021. 2021 moving forward BPO na. Anyway, but I do have friends who were already working in the BPO at that time. I have friends. And before pa naman, ang balita kasi dito sa Y2K is December 31 ba or December 30, no? Of 1999. Pag pumatak ng 2000, lahat ng computers around the globe shut down. Yun yung palabas ni yun yung palabas ni Y2K, no? And yung mga friends ko, from what I've heard about this one, at that time, 1999, excited sila. Nakakatuwa.
Excited sila sa Y2K bug. So why are they excited? Anong meron?
Excited sila because at that time, brother, nagkakaroon lang ng idle time sa BPO kapag may error yung linya. Yung linya na pinapasukan ng mga tawag. Kasi ano yan underground yan di ba? So, dun lang siya yung mga system issues and everything. Yun lang ang system issue at that time. Right? Ngayon, Y2K is a system issue technically, di ba? At yung mga friends ko na nauna sa akin in the BPO industry, excited sila sa Y2K kasi magiging system issue to It's either hours, it's either minutes, hours, or days na paid sila pero wala silang ginagawa. Technically speaking, petics time.
Yes. Ito
diba?
Nakatuwa ka lang pero bayad ka. Ayan, di ba?
Tama. So, excited sila pero when 2000 came in, wala namang nangyari. Wala namang nangyari. Business, it's still business as usual.
Oo. Nalala ko pa nung time na to, sabi nila biglang magdidilim ang buong mundo.
Kasi yun. Grid lines kasama yan Computerized yung mga grid lines ng kuryente.
Correct.
Pero wala naman nangyari.
Pati kandila daw, pag sinindihan mo yung kandila, hindi magsisindi.
Sobra na yan.
Ang daming, sobra. Hindi, naalala ko, narinig ko yun ang daming lumabas na pamahiin. 1999, naalala ko, grade 6 ako niyan crossing 1999 to 2000, naalala ko, ang daming bumibili ng mga kandila, ganyan. Ako sabi nila, yung mga makasalanan daw, pag nagsindi ng kandila, hindi magsisindi. Pero wala naman nangyari.
Wala naman. Kasi nga daw, ang paniniwala nila is it's the end of the world na daw.
End of the world din. Yun. Bukod sa Y2K bug. At sabi kasi nila, yung computer, no, yung mga tatalinong computer, hindi na nila mako-compute yung 2000 kasi hanggang 1999 lang yung kaya nilang computein.
Tama.
I think that was their explanation. Alright, so Y2K is a hoax. So kung ikaw ay pinanganak ng 2000 and or 1990s na hindi na malala ko ano yung Y2K bug. So ito napakalaking nito balita nung time na yan. But it did not affect nothing happened. Okay.
Nothing happened actually. Nako!
Ito brother, meron ka ba dito?
Ay oo naman. Oo naman bro. High school pa ako niyan, friend. Tapos shoot, ito yung malalaki. Ito yung malalaking version eh. Pero nagkaroon din ako nito, high school ako noon, 1991 to 1994. That was the era, no.
Walkman.
Tapos
Discman na yata, Discman, di ba?
Actually, ito, meron yan. Tapos may mga ano pa, I'm not sure kung naabutan mo. Ano to? Meron pang, alam mo yung audiophile, yung mga bilihan ng mga cassette tapes, yan. Ang laki ng mga sales nila because of this Walkman. I remember this one, no? Dala-dala ko yan sa nung high school ako. Pero syempre, hindi ko sinusuot yan kapag may klase kasi nga mako-confiscate at hindi ko na makikita ulit. Di ba? At magagalitan ako ng parents ko. Di ba? So I would always keep it in my bag or inside my locker room. Pero pagka break, lunchtime, ganyan, recess, ganyan, or end of the day, ito yung isa sa mga best friend ko eh. Kasi alam mo naman, parehas tayo, music has been our passion, no? And lalo na kapag late ka na sinusundo sa school, wala na yung mga classmate mo, wala ka nang kilala, ito ang magiging kaibigan mo eh.
Yung Walkman. Nalala ko may mga instructional materials na pwede mong i-play sa cassette tape before. Di ba? May mga ganun pa.
Yan.
Alright, so yun yun.
Tapos pag nasira yung pag nasira yung rewind tsaka forward mo, lapis o kaya ballpen, di ba? Iniikot mo ng ganun, no?
Okay, so yun. So yung Walkman before, ito na. Ngayon, at cellphone na rin to. Ito, speaking of cellphone. Ito ang cellphone natin before. Mga ganyang tao.
Nako, may mas luma pa ako dyan, friend.
May mas luma pa dito. Ay, hindi. 2000, wala pa to. Ng 2000, no? Pero after 2000 na to. Pero ang nito, pagdating sa trabaho natin, sa call center, karamihan kasi ng ginagawa lang natin, calls lang talaga. Wala pa yung mga chat support, mga email support. Wala pa, no?
Wala pa.
Puro tawag lang.
Inbound. It's either inbound, mostly inbound. Pero pag sinabi, kunyari nag-apply ka, at that time, no? Nag-apply ka. Tapos sinabi sa'yo, outbound. Diba? Outbound. 100% sales account yan.
Sales. Sales account.
Nung panahon na yun. Ngayon kasi, pag sinabing outbound, pwede siyang back office eh. Diba? Pwede siyang back office eh. Pwede kang maging parang you're calling ginagamit mo yung system mo to call out customers to follow up. Diba? So, under back office rin yun. So, ngayon, yung iba kasi natatakot kasi ngayon eh, na pag sinabing sa kanila na, we'll be placing you into an outbound account, takot ka agad sila kasi mahina sa sales eh. Mahina sa sales. Pero technically, ako rin naman eh. I mean, ako, aminado ako, no? Nung agent ako, pag sinabing outbound, ayoko niyan. Outbound sales yan. Hindi ako magaling dyan.
Hindi ako marunong magbenta.
Pero, hindi ako marunong magbenta. Pero technically, yung nasa previous company pa tayo, one of the things that I've learned was ang sales pala, masaya. Masaya pala ang sales.
Correct.
Hindi pala siya nakakatawa.
Kasi yan yung mga pag sales ang account mo, hindi mawawala yung may mga sumisigaw. Bigla na may sumisigaw sa likod mo. Ivan Lim got a sale! Ganyan, no? Sold an iPhone, mga ganon.
Meron pa yung ano, naalala mo yung bell? Yung, meron
Yan,
yun.
ding, 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 ding. Magaya, no?
Yun.
May sale, no? Parang tayo ka agad. Sino yung kanino ko magpapalibre mamaya?
Pagka in-announce yung pangalan mo, tatayo ka agad, no? Pag in-announce yung pangalan mo,
parang nanalo ng award agad, di ba? Siyempre, pera-pera, kaching-kaching, ganun na agad yan, no?
Correct.
Sales, yes. Ngayon, ang sales, hindi na lang kasi outbound, eh. Sometimes it's email, sometimes it's through text, or even through chat, right? Ang dami ng platform na pwedeng paggamitan. Before, it's only through calls. At inbound and outbound calls lang ang call center business.
Yes.
Tapos nalala ko, nag-transition pa yung pinalitan ng pangalan, eh. Contact center.
Naging contact center yan. Pero saglit
center
lang yun. Panahon na ata ni ano yun. Panahon ni transition ata to, if I remember correctly, but I might be wrong, no? This might have been the transition from Corazon Aquino to Fidel Ramos. Yung pamumuno niya. Yung era na yun, yung mga years na yun, yun.
From Ramos to... May sumunod kay Ramos.
From Cory to Ramos.
From Cory to Ramos. Tapos contact center. Tapos ngayon, BPO na. Ayan, BPO. Okay, next tayo. Ito.
Nako.
Uy, tao. Ulo ba ito ng alien?
So this is an iMac, no? This is an iMac G3 Pro, no? Wala pang, 'di ba? Ngayon mga generation ngayon gusto na ng MacBook Pro. Ito ang ancestor ng MacBook Pro.
Okay.
So yun. Now, as you could see in the picture, CRT monitor pa siya, kaya nakikita mo yung yung parang sa likod niya, yung curve niya sa likod.
Sa likod niya, oo.
Ngayon, at this time, ako lang ang merong ganyan sa station. Why? Because iMac nga siya, Macintosh, di ba? Macintosh OS. And at that time, sa first BPO ko, there were only 2 people who can handle calls about Macintosh users. Dalawa lang kami nun. Right? I was the second one. Ako yung pangalawa kasi training na ako nung una. Diba? So dalawa lang kami nun. And I remember this was given by the Japanese client of my program for us to use, or for me to use, to be able to cater to North American customers who uses the iMac. No? And dude, dinadala ko to sa bahay. Nag-jeep ako.
Seryoso? Parang
so
laptop yun, ganito kalaki laptop dati.
Parang ganyan, parang laptop na malaki. Yes, correct. So, nakita mo, you have the speakers in front na, di ba? Sa side niya, meron siyang compartment sa side na dyan mo ilalagay yung mouse at dyan mo rin ilalagay yung plug niya sa CPU. Kasi all-in-one PC na siya.
Ito. Parang advanced ng PC to dati, no?
Oo. So, kahit naman ngayon, pag bumili ka ng iMac, ang bibili mo na mismo yung screen na Kasi nandun na yung CPU. So, ito yung ancestor nun. Diba?
Okay.
Ito yung ancestor nun. So, imagine mo, brother, dala-dala ko to sa jeep, yung CRT monitor, tapos yung keyboard nasa backpack ko. Kasama yung knowledge base ko na 3-ring binder na 5 inches. Diba?
Tapos nagko-commute ka ba
nun? Ko-commute lang ako nun from Libis to QC to SM North.
To SM North.
Nagko-commute lang ako nun.
Tapos ilang sakay yun?
Dala-dala ko yan.
Dala mo yan?
3. 3 jeep.
3 jeep, tapos ito yung dala mo, plus the 5-inch binder.
Yep.
Okay,
pero hindi ko siya, etong iMac, hindi ko naman siya dinadala every single day. Just to be fair.
Okay.
Just to be fair, hindi ko naman siya dinadala every single day. Inuuwi ko lang siya every off ko. So twice a week. Start of my week, start day of my week, and end day of my week. Doon ko siya dinadala. Kasi,
Okay.
hindi naman lahat tayo Macintosh users eh. Windows users tayo lahat eh. Karamihan, di ba? At that time, onti pa lang yung mga Macintosh users.
Well, nonetheless, today, you don't have to bring anything but yourself.
Actually, nowadays, friend, phone na lang ang dala mo eh. Di ba?
Oh, cellphone lang.
You could check your email, right? You could chat with your co-workers, di ba?
Right. And sometimes you don't even need to go home. Wala yata. Ayun. So, ikaw ay sa mga nakatira na sa opisina. Di ba? Wait lang. Ayan, narinig pa ba ako? Bigla ako nawala eh, sorry.
Nawala, ayan, okay na.
Ayan, okay na. Yung mga nakatira na sa, sa sleeping quarters, no? Di ba?
Pero you can't blame them, pare. You can't blame them. I mean,
naman.
Di ba? I mean, you have to understand their side of the story. I mean, I would always do that nung nasa same company pa tayo eh, di ba? I mean,
correct.
Up until now, you cannot take out the fact that there are people who would use the office as a home, no?
Yes.
But not all of them. I would say, not all of them are like taking advantage, kumbaga. Yung abuso na ba, kumbaga, right? Some of them you would understand their story eh. Di ba? Ikaw ba naman, uwian ka from Batangas to Manila or QC
diba?
Ang trabaho mo. Tapos Batangas ka, dulo to dulo, from south to north.
Oo.
Di ba? Eh wala kang pera.
Tapos may dala kang ganito kalaking ganito kalaking computer.
Yun lang. Yun lang. Di ba? Hindi ko na iuwi ito sa Batangas. Iuwi ko na lang sa office yan.
Oo. Naalala ko dati ano na yung naalala ko dati? Nawala yung train of thought ko. Naalala ko dati, kapag ganito yung computer ng kumpanya mo, low budget yung accounting nyo. Naalala ko, 2006 ako pumasok eh. Tapos, pero inggit na inggit kami kasi local account ako noon eh. Nagsisimula ako sa call center, local account, di ba? Pag umakyat ka na isa pang floor, yung international account, naka na sila dati yung
flat screen.
LCD, flat screen.
LCD,
nung nagta-transition mga 2000. Okay, so ngayon, di ba? Dalawang monitors pa. Parang tulad nitong nasa likod ko. Dalawang monitor.
Actually, diba? Actually, nung mga panahon na yun, mga panahon na nabanggit mo, no? As a company, if you own the company, di ba? As much as possible, your goal is to gain more revenue.
Correct.
Whether it's at the end of fiscal year or whatever, right? Monthly or whatever, right? Your goal is to get more revenue from what you have got the previous year. Di ba? So if that's your goal, you will basically try to look for ways to save money. Di ba? Right? So probably ito yung mga panahon, kasi naranasan ko rin yan eh. Bakit sila naka-flat screen, kami hindi? Yung mga ganung mga ganung thinking, right? But nowadays, maintindihan mo na eh. Like me, I totally understand how the business works eh.
Yes.
Right? Kasi ikaw rin, kung may business ka rin, well, for example, simpleng sari-sari store na lang. Di ba? Every week or every month, once a month, you replenish your supply. Right?
True.
But that doesn't mean that you don't have anything at your store to sell. Kaya ka nagre-replenish. Right? So anong gagawin mo doon sa mga luma mo? Yung mga old stocks mo. So you put them in front. Di ba? Kaya nga yung mga
first in, first out.
First in. Yes. O kaya sinesale nila. Right? So yun. Transition siguro yun, mga panahon na yun.
Oo. Okay, so move on tayo. Shout out sa ating
Sige.
ayan, 300 viewers at kung nanonood ka ng replay, we have our special guest tonight, Sir Ivan Jason Lim.
Mm.
Been in the industry for 20 years. Pang malupitan yung yung history ng call center pa. Ang dami kong hindi alam na ginagawa before na hindi na ginagawa ngayon. Okay, so next
Mm.
is eto,
Nako,
ginamit ba to sa ano? Ginamit ba to sa kumpanya dati? Ginagamit nyo ba to?
um, yung 3x16 siguro, or
Yung
yung
mas maliit.
1/4, yung nasa farthest right. Yan.
Oo,
But
nasa dulo.
it was used primarily not to save files, no? Kasi
Mhm.
bawal yan. Alam mo yan.
Yes.
Bawal yan. Hanggang ngayon,
Oo.
bawal yan. These, ang tawag dyan, hard disk pa nga eh. O tama, hard disk ang
Floppy
Kasi
disk,
yung
floppy
dalawang,
disk.
floppy disk yung nandito sa left eh.
Yung yung malaki.
Yung malaki at saka yung nasa gitna, ang tawag dyan, floppy disk. Kasi nagaganyan mo parang pamaypay eh. Yung
Okay.
nasa farthest right, that's a hard disk ang tawag. Pero, hindi siya yung hard disk na katulad nung
Yung tulad ngayon.
tawag natin, yung tulad ngayon. But it was called a hard disk. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, whoever's watching. Pero I remember, going back to the young, early days of the BPO, this was used to install programs that are being used to the account.
Mhm.
Yun. Tapos ang dami pa yan. Malalaki pa yan. May mga lagayan pa yan. Tapos, I think it was 12 or 10 na ganyan ang kasya sa isang lagayan nun. But yeah, it
Sabi
was
ni
used.
sabi nga ni Honey, disket daw before.
Yes,
Mauso ang
yes. Was, before pa flash drive. Yan muna.
Mhm.
Ay, actually,
Naalala ko
ang gitna nito, after the diskette, no? After the diskette, along came the CD.
the
Writable.
CD. Oo.
Di ba? Yung writable CD.
May mga read and write, read
Yes.
CDR, CDW,
Then after that
read and
was
write,
the flash drive.
the flash. Sabi ni hello kay Grace, hello. Sabi niya, you're dating yourself.
See, this is, hello Christy, thanks for watching. So, Christy was my former trainee from, holy shoot, it's been a long time, I forgot her account. But, natatanaw ba, John, yung account natin na nasa 7th floor? Broadview, there you go. Broadview, I remember.
Broadview, okay.
So, Christy was my former trainee for Broadview. And then, just recently, she was promoted. Well, before I left. Nandun ka na. Before you left, you were with T-Mobile. She was then promoted to be communications trainer as well. CX.
Kasi pinapalakpakan yan yung mga nagiging trainees natin before na nakikita natin na
I'm very proud. I'm very proud of this girl. No, I'm very proud of this girl.
All right, and we're back. Brother, nandiyan ka pa ba? Lumipat
Oo
ako ng bahay.
naman.
Lumipat ako ng bahay, bigla nawala ng internet.
Sige lang.
Pinawisan ako. Ayan, oh.
Kinabahan ka ba?
Sakto lang, sakto lang. Ito naman at buti na lang meron tayong backup. That's another essential when you're working from home. Diba?
Tama yan, tama
Dapat
yan. No?
merong dalawang internet provider.
Tama.
Alright, so moving on sa ating kwentuhan. Nandiyan pa ba ang ating mga nanonood at biglang isa na lang ang natira from 300 viewers. Bumaba yung rating natin. Oh, yari tayo sa mga sponsors nito. Okay, so ito brother, I'm sure may mga nanonood or babalikan tayo during the replays. Ayan.
Yep.
Maraming mga ginagamit nilang reference tong ating show, another platform that they can take advantage of para matuto, no? Bago sila pumasok sa industriya natin. Okay, so ito yung first slide natin kanina. Saan na tayo? Ito, we were talking about the disk kit na ginamit din natin sa call center before. Ano yung main function nga pala nito? Hindi ko natanong kanina.
I did mention about it. Ang main function lang niya, brother, was to install program-specific applications or updates.
Okay.
Yun lang
kasi hindi pa automatic yung mga updates noon eh. Kasi ang mga installation ng mga programs dati has to be through diskette, tama? Hindi siya entirely
wala
through
pang
the internet.
wala pa kasi siyang at that time kasi brother, there was no such thing as remote access. Wala
remote
pa
access,
remote access
wala pa.
wala pa siyang panahon na yon. And the applications or programs na ginagamit, not unlike nowadays, nowadays ang ano natin is web-based na eh. Lahat ng gamit tools, all of our tools were web-based nowadays, no? And there is one thing that I would like to to show our viewers, especially those who are new in the BPO, how lucky you are, no? That it's web-based. Why? Because when I first started my journey in the BPO, and so when I was an agent, we had Windows at that time, no? Windows 90, actually Windows 98 or Windows 2000. Yan, yung mga panahon na yun, no? But our programs, our tools that we use to cater to our customers were all DOS based. MS-DOS. If you're not familiar with MS-DOS, then search it in YouTube, search it in Google. You know, brother, you know how difficult it is, no? Kung hindi ka computer expert, right? Ang hirap, or kung hindi ka web developer, yan. MS-DOS is not familiar to you. At we all know kung gaano kahirap magtrabaho for a person who doesn't know MS-DOS. Gaano kahirap magtrabaho na ang tools mo is MS-DOS.
MS-DOS lang. Tsaka
I had that.
you'd rarely use the mouse kapag MS-DOS,
Yes.
no?
You don't
Puro
actually.
keyboard
You
lang
don't.
lahat. Oh, you don't
Keyboard.
use it. The purpose of your mouse before is just to click the start button and open
Yes.
applications,
Oo.
right? But when you are working on the CRM, everything needs to be done through the keyboard, no? Ayun. Hirap nun, no?
Ang hirap, friend. Alam mo, from one field to another, you have to press on tab. From
Yes.
one, ano ba yung, it's ba sa Excel may sheets, right? From one
Tab.
sheet to another, pero MS-DOS MS-DOS. From
Ah,
one MS-DOS sheet to another, ang gagamitin mo yung F keys. F1,
F
F2,
keys.
F3, F4.
Kailangan kabisado mo yung F keys before.
Yes, oo. Kailangan kabisado mo yan.
Oo.
Walang mouse. Walang
Oo.
mouse.
Naalala ko pa noon pag nagtanong ng isang information si customer, like, how much is my bill? Mga 10 pindot ka pa ng tab. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Your bill is like this amount, 100 pesos.
Yan, oo.
Di ba? Ngayon, kita mo na agad sa screen mo kung magkano yung magkano yung bill, no?
And nowadays we have a soft copy in our CRM, no, web-based CRM. We now have a soft copy of the bill of the customer so that we could explain to our customers exactly, what we are
How it
seeing,
looks
what
like.
they are seeing.
Correct. It's exactly how it looks like, no, when you parang dati you cannot even, I mean, you have to get a sample hard copy just to know where they're looking at, no? So call center agents are a lot, I mean, 1,000 times luckier nowadays.
Totoo yan. I agree.
And because again, they don't have to use this. yung lumang abaya.
This is the abaya for those who are watching and those who are not familiar. This is the abaya Call Master 3, no? This was the abaya that I used talking to customers, no? Now, one-liner lang yan, friend. One-liner lang yan. At di mo makikita kung anong split mo dyan. Diba? You know that we had multiple splits when we were agents, no? Here, you will not see it. Malalaman mo lang yan when you will be able to understand what the customer issue is once you ask how may I help you today? Right? Not unlike nowadays soft phone, right? I mean, nowadays agents use soft phone na 'di ba? Yung mismo sa PC na. Makikita mo kaagad yung split Makikita mo kaagad yung kung ano yung issue ni customer, makikita mo
yung bago mo pa tanungin na lang how may I help you, may idea ka na. Nandun ka na sa screen na yun kung ano yung, kung lumabas doon, billing, pupunta ka na agad sa billing page ng account ng customer, 'di ba?
Ito wala.
Napaka-intelligent ng ngayon, 'di ba?
Tapos yung headset niyan, friend, yung jack ng headset niyan, ayan, nasa may right side, 2-prong. Dalawa yung prong niya. Ngayon, USB na Ngayon, nowadays, it's USB kasi soft phone na siya
Oo. Tapos, itong dati, dami mo kayong pinipindot dito. Kunyari, nagtanong ng bill. Ewan ko, na-experience mo yun. Tanong ng bill, pindutin mo to dapat, may number kang pipindutin. Tapos nag-iba ng tanong, may pipindutin ka ulit na iba. Parang bawat concern ni customer, itatag mo dun sa telepono.
Yes, true. And the act of transferring to a different department. Diba? Nowadays, with the soft phones, it's just a click of a mouse button. You want to transfer a customer to, let's say, technical support, it's just a click of a mouse button, right? Before, with this abaya, we had to dial the number.
The extension.
Yes.
Sometimes it's a long extension number. No, you'll be surprised na memorize mo yung numbers na ganun kahaba.
Nakasulat 'yan sa 3-ring binder yung mga numbers ng mga departments, billing, technical support, whatever, right?
Importante na may sarili kang cubicle before kasi yung mga references mo nakadikit diyan sa
Nakadikit.
Sa cubicle mo.
nakadikit. Oo.
Pag nilipat ka ng station before, naku, kakangapa ka, paano mo
Oo.
kukunin yung information, di ba?
Dati kasi, there's a term for that, brother. It's called shared services. No, it's called shared services. Wherein nowadays you don't own your own station. You could use any station, which is
Any
actually
station,
that's great. That's actually great. No, that's actually
correct.
great. But before we had our own stations. Now, if you are transferred to another station, you bring all of your things and you rearrange again. Ayan, yan yung mga sumunod na. Oh. This is
Sumusunod na.
This is I remember using this for an outbound sales account. This is what I use.
Pabilisan din mag-dial yan, di ba?
Oh, yes. Because you want to make
Kasi
sure that you
manually
get that customer. Ikaw dapat mauna doon ka sa customer na yun. Hindi ka tulad nowadays for sales, if you're going to dial, let's say, if you have a prospect, no? Prospect customer, and then you dial, on the Centrevu, yung TV, yung Abaya Centrevu, may kita mo na ikaw, sa'yo yun. Right? Like, for example, John is dialing this customer's number. May kita yun sa system. So, pag meron nag-dial ng same number ng customer na gusto mong kunin, hindi na nila makukuha yun kasi ikaw na nag-dial. Paunahan yan.
So,
before paunahan.
Paunahan din kayo mga sales representative or sales
kasi
agent.
May quota eh. You have a quota. You have a daily quota. You have a weekly quota.
Right. And there's a certain number of phone numbers that you must dial in a day.
Yes.
Tama, no?
Yes. It's either It's either that. With sales, it's more of the sales goal for that day. So if you are asked, or if your goal is to make a sale, or let's say to make 10 sales a day, right? You might be, and you're not really good at it, let's say ano ka lang, tama lang yung skill set mo when it comes to selling, you might probably be dialing about 60 phone numbers or 80 phone numbers a day just to get that 10 sales.
And then, manual yung pag-dial. Diba?
Yes, it's manual.
I can imagine when you enter like a production floor na puro sales agent, no? Yung mga daliri na mga yan, hindi mo alam kung saan pumupunta, pero ang bibilis.
Mabibilis yan, mabibilis. Kasi nga paunahan yan sa sales eh.
Pero i-click mo na lang yung number.
Yes. Click mo na lang yung number because it's soft phone na ngayon eh.
Or sometimes it will dial for you.
Yes. Sometimes it's automatic. Kung ano yung mga listahan ng phone numbers na nasa iyo for that day, automatic yan magda-dial. After one call, after one outbound call, once you have tagged that call, let's say no sale or sale, whatever, the next thing that the system would do would dial the next number for you.
Right. Ang grabe yung yung transition or yung difference ng dali ng trabaho today versus yung hirap ng trabaho before.
Pero that's the reason why brother, I sometimes would sometimes I would feel sad,
yes.
Because our trainees, once they hit the floor, they would come back to us and say, sir, it's so hard, I can't take it anymore. Alam mo yun, yung mga
yun yung sasabihin, that's what I'm about to say. Ang daming nag-give up agad once they started taking calls, no?
And I would always tell them, wala yan sa pinagdaanan ko. Wala yan sa pinagdaanan natin. Diba? And I would tell them stories after stories, just to, number one is to calm them down and not resign. Kasi maraming taong ganyan, yung bigla na lang mag-resign kasi hindi nila kinakaya.
Hindi na nakaya.
That's number one. Number two is to give them, give them hope and motivation na it's not that bad. Right? It's not the end of the world, right? And you're actually better than you think you are. Di ba?
Right.
Alam mo yan, parehas tayo. We're both motivators when it comes to being a trainer.
Yes,
diba?
yes.
Tayo.
That's true. Ayun, grabe, ang daming kong natutunan tonight, and I'm sure yung mga viewers natin at yung mga manonood sa ating replay. Sayang lang, medyo naputol tayo ng mga ilang minuto kanina, no?
Oo
But
nga eh.
anyway,
Oo.
yes, so yun, thank you Sir Ivan. Maraming salamat, at yung
You're welcome.
advice mo sa mga bago, kung nahihirapan kayo, imagine niyo kung gaano kahirap before. So this is exactly
Yes.
the kind of discussion that you may want to look for. So Sir Ivan, tell your trainees, panoorin nila to. Ang dami nilang makukuha
Yes.
from you, no?
Mm-mm.
And
Send
brother,
send me the link,
sige, sige,
ano, brother, send me the link for YouTube so that I could, I could forward that to my future trainees as well. Diba?
ayun, thank you so much, brother. And
Mm.
mas marami pa tayong may inspire na mga call
Yes.
center agents, yung mga gustong pumasok sa industry nito, or yung mga nasa industry nila, they'll be able to
Mm.
compare kung gaano pa kahirap before. And it's not even like 10% or 20% of how difficult it was. Yung
Yes.
just the fact of bringing that 5 inches thick binder, no, when
Mm.
you commute, compared to you just bringing your phone when you come into work today.
Mm.
Yun
Totoo
pa
yan.
lang, doon mo pa lang kukunin, no, kung
Mm.
I'm not saying that you should not complain, all right? It's part of
Mm.
our daily life that we notice this this hardships that we notice, and that's actually we the reason why the stuff that we do now are a lot easier than before, because
Mm.
we did something about it. You
Mm.
can complain all you want, but you have to ask yourself,
Mm.
how are you reacting to this? How are you changing yourself to make it
Mm.
easier for you? No?
That's always the question that I would tell our trainees, no, and especially the newbies who will watch this in the future. Um, if you're starting to give up in the BPO, right? When you're starting in the BPO and you're starting to give up, try to look for ways on how to make it better. Reach out, right? That's the best way you can do. It's either you try to research on how to make things better, or you reach out to your leaders on how to make things better, and they would always support you.
That's right. That's right. All right. Thank you so much, brother.
Mm.
Napaka-juicy ng discussion tonight. I'll see you soon. I hope to visit
Yep.
you there in Cagayan de Oro.
Mm.
God
You're
bless.
always
And
welcome
everyone,
here.
yes, keep safe. Thank you,
Keep
brother.
safe. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.